I'm Ashley.
And I'm Jackie. Welcome back to Dumb Witch Club. Today we have a special episode.
Yeah.
We're excited.
We're excited.
Again. We feel silly. I feel silly.
I was hoping you were going to say it.
And it's not like, oh, I did this thing and I feel silly now. It's like, silly. Like we've had too much eggnog, which we're going to get to that later.
Which maybe we have.
Yeah. We haven't.
We've
had just the right amount.
Yes, agreed.
This is sort of like a special Yuletide season episode.
Yeah.
So
how cute, how fun it's supposed to be.
know.
We hope it's festive and gives you some information and then also maybe some practical tips and tricks and things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I mean, we're going to keep it witchy. We're going to keep it fun. Probably going to end up keeping it dumb because we just can't help it.
That's absolutely true. That will end up happening no matter what we do. I love it.
Yeah. So for the first thing, we're going to jump right in, and we wanted to do a card pull for the Yuletide season.
Yeah.
So I was really debating over what deck to use for this.
Were you?
I was, and
Oh, well, because I might have a suggestion for that
okay,
that I didn't tell you about.
Okay, because I need to know what it is.
Okay, well, I'll show you.
Ooh. No.
Uh-huh.
You got it.
I did.
Oh my God, it's beautiful.
Isn't it?
Oh, I'm so excited about it.
I haven't even really
I
touched
was
it.
literally like wishing. I was like, I wish we had the Seasons of the Witch Yule deck, and we didn't have it.
We didn't have it. And
So
now
then
we
I
do.
was like, I don't know what deck to use, blah, blah, blah. This whole thing in my head.
And
Yay!
now we do. I haven't even touched it.
Oh my
It's,
gosh.
like brand new.
It's absolutely gorgeous. The illustration on the front is beautiful.
I know.
Oh,
I'm
amazing.
stoked. I've been
look
waiting.
on the back. It says, and the wheel turns. I love that.
I love that.
Ugh, okay, let's check it out.
That reminds me of the book we just read where and they're like, we
Yes.
turned the year. I loved that.
I know. I love that too. I know. I was thinking about that book and actually thinking maybe we should. Oh.
Oh,
They're
that's
green.
so pretty. Oh my God.
And
That's
the edges are
so
gilded
pretty.
green. I love gilded edges.
Oh my
gosh, so pretty. So obviously, this is the the third that we have out of this series of oracle decks that we love. Seasons of the Witch. We have the Samhain deck that we use often. We have the Beltane deck, which we've mentioned.
Yeah.
We didn't have this one, and I think those are the only 3 that they've made so far. But
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
the illustrations are lovely,
Yes.
and they are seasonal, so it kind of gives you the vibes of the
does.
season. And may I shuffle?
Yes.
Okay.
It's so vibey too. Like I'm already
yay.
feeling it. It's so pretty.
I don't even want to look through it. I just kind of
know.
want to get right into it.
I agree.
It's so pretty.
It's so pretty.
and obviously
The green is such a rich,
It
beautiful
is.
green.
Yes.
Wow.
It's got a really pretty like full moon on the front.
Very much goes with your outfit and like your whole aesthetic right now.
Yes, I tried to be a little seasonal today.
It's perfect.
Yes.
All perfect.
Okay. And I mean, this is like brand new, untouched, so I
Yeah.
don't even know how much you really need to shuffle. I don't know.
True.
What kind
That's
of order they come
very
in.
true.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But all right, let's go ahead.
Okay, let's do
Ooh, let's get some guidance
it. Let's do it.
for this Yuletide season.
Ooh, okay. I'm feeling drawn to this one. Oh, gatherings.
Gatherings. Oh, I love that. Okay,
wanna
let's see.
read
It
it?
says, gather, gather, festive witches, speak of joy and drink to wishes. Take 1, give 2, celebrating all blisses. That's very sweet.
That's so cute.
And the illustration is kind of like people in a circle gathered around like a fire. It's like a full
Yeah.
moon and a tree with snow.
It's beautiful.
Obviously,
And
very
drink
appropriate.
to wishes. That's very appropriate.
And drink to wishes. That's right. I like this.
I love it.
Ooh, I'm very curious about. I'm going to try to set this
Yeah.
sort of like maybe I can nestle it in the pine cones.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Cute. That's
Oh,
nice.
that's perfect.
I'm really excited to look at the rest. Oh, falling in love. in
Oh,
the snow.
beautiful.
Hearth.
Hearth.
Light.
Oh, stunning.
Mother Mary. And that
Yes.
illustration is beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Solstice. Candle magic. Oh, snow. Oh, these are so pretty. Self-care, perseverance.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, get your hands on this.
Dove medicine. I love that. Gratitude. Yay. Okay, this is amazing.
Stunning.
We will definitely look way more at that on our own.
Yes.
So, this is really exciting. I'm really excited about that.
Me
that
too.
Has put me in a really festive state of mind.
I'm so happy. I wanted it to be like kind of a surprise. So I pulled it off. That's amazing.
You're really bad at surprises sometimes.
Horrible. I saw a meme about it the other day, and I think it was a Scorpio meme, and it was like something like it's supposed to be a surprise, and like 2 seconds later, like, do you want to know what I got you? I was like, oh, I feel attacked. That is so me. I have a really hard time with it.
I know. I think it's actually quite charming that you're bad at surprises. I think it's
nice.
cute because, yeah. But it's not the same. Like, you can definitely, like, you can keep a secret. Like, you can keep information and you're not like one of those gossipy, blabbing, kind of things. Mm-mm. But it's more just like you get so excited.
I do. I get too excited and I just want to like share it and I want you to know. And it makes me stressed. It's like that SNL character.
Oh, yeah. I know what you mean. I know.
Yeah.
But I was seriously thinking like, oh, I wish we had gotten that deck.
Now we have it.
You're the best. You knew. It's the best.
I love it. I'm so excited. Yay.
Well, okay, so what is the Yuletide season? Like, we've used this term a couple of times.
We have. Yuletide season, it starts on winter solstice, which is usually the 21st, but it can be the 22nd. I guess it just depends on the year. This year it's the 21st, starts on the 21st.
Yes.
And it goes until just after the new year. So kind of the whole little winter break kind of section that we're used to.
Yes.
So not just Christmas Day or like those specific holidays, but kind of the whole little season, which I really like. I love that aspect of it.
Yeah, I like that too. And I think, depending on if you celebrate like Christmas, for example, whether you celebrate that in a religious sense or just in the secular sense, it kind of incorporates that time period, even incorporates New Year's.
Yes.
Yeah. Sometimes Yule is also called midwinter, which I really like that term too. And it kind of contrasts with midsummer, which is, kind of on the opposite side of the year. So it kind of links. And so the winter solstice is the day of the year with the most hours of night and the fewest hours of day.
It's kind of like that peak time, and then it all changes slowly, right? After that,
exactly.
Days get a little bit longer,
Yes, exactly. And so sometimes it's also thought of as the rebirth of the sun. It's kind of the sun's reemergence into, eventually on midsummer is the longest day of the year with the shortest night of the year.
Right. Isn't it crazy though how like that's already going to be happening? I feel like that's crazy that like we're already hitting like the peak point and then the days are going to start to get longer. It doesn't feel like we're there yet at all.
Although it's very dark right now and it's very dark very early. I'm like, okay. I mean, I feel you, but I'm also like, no,
ready.
It's dark pretty early.
It is. It's true.
And I feel like I'm getting ready for that. I mean, I just really appreciate these reminders. And these are like fairly obvious reminders through the year. They're like the big kind of, shift days. I just really appreciate knowing that, like, things are cycling, things are moving. There's always, the next thing is evolving.
Definitely.
It's nice.
Yeah. And it's nice that there are ways that you can kind of acknowledge that and, like, honor that and, really pull that energy in. There's all kinds of different ways that you can do that. So that's kind of what we're going to talk about.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to talk about some of those. And I also think interesting historically, there was a Roman holiday called Saturnalia, which I love the name.
Same.
And this was, around this time of year to sort of honor that, solstice day. And it was a really interesting celebration because it involved sort of a reversal of societal norms. And it was a day or a set of days, I think it was actually a 5-day festival, where the poor would be rich and slaves would be free. And this was kind of the concept. And so as part of that, poor people were encouraged to go knock on the doors of the wealthy people and demand food and drinks And if they didn't receive those things, they would like play tricks on them or, be like, some vandalism or that type of stuff. It's very like trick-or-treating, I mean, that's pretty much what it is. It was called wassailing. So I think that term has survived in this season. Wassail is sometimes like a drink, the name of a drink, but it's also like wassailing is like almost like caroling, where you walk around the neighborhood and like singing Christmas carols or whatever.
Spreading cheer.
Right. But the origins of that, a little murkier,
a
little more devil in the details there, I feel.
They always are, aren't they? They always are. But I love that, and I feel like it really corresponds with, I think we touched on this in another episode, or maybe we were just having a conversation, I can't remember, but about like this time of year and how it really does, it feels like I feel the veil thinner.
Yes.
Like the idea of, I mean, and this isn't something we made up, like this is something that's been ancient and up through modern history, but sort of like the idea of like spirits being like close by during the season, the veil being thin, and the kind of Victorians being obsessed with like ghost stories around now, and
well, and I think it makes a lot of sense too when we think about the nights being longer. Like you're in darkness, and especially thinking about pre-modern times where the only sources of light were like candles and fires. I mean, just not a lot of light at all.
Right.
So it's kind of like a little spookier, a little eerier, a little bit more like what's going on out there,
Yeah, and it's like, what else did you really have to do? You're just kind of like inside, sort of stuck, and so
try not to freeze to death,
right?
And telling creepy stories. I mean, that's my kind of vacation.
Yes, I mean, everybody would like. People do that now. It's amazing. I love it. I love that kind of other side to this time of year.
Yes, because I think there's a lot of like cheer and like festivities. Yes. There's also this little underbelly.
Right, which is different from Samhain, different from Halloween, like obviously, and like it's never gonna usurp that as our favorite, but it comes pretty close because of those things for me. Like, I love a dress up moment. I mean, we all know this.
Yes, and I like a color scheme.
Yes, love a theme.
Totally.
Love. Just barrel for a theme.
Yes, no, exactly. I know, and it kind of makes me sad, like, in a lot of ways, I also don't love what this time of year has become.
Right.
But I also don't like when people are like, I hate Christmas, and I'm like, come on. And by Christmas, I don't even know what they mean. It's like, what do you mean? Like, which part? It's not one thing.
No.
And I think that's why I like calling it sort of the Yuletide season.
Yeah.
Because it does encompass sort of, all of these various days.
Yes, that's a really good point. I love that. And I like that it's a whole season, because the focus on Christmas is the one day, or maybe the 2 days, but it's like you have to pack everything into, those 2 days, and it's so commercial, obviously, and all that kind of stuff, the reason why we don't appreciate it. But when you look at it as Yule, it's like all this time to kind of like slowly enjoy things and do things that like you can actually feel festive and fun about because you have the energy to do it.
And it's about like gatherings and like being with people and being together and maybe, gifts and things like that, like showing appreciation and love, which all of those are rituals, by the way.
Yes.
Like giving someone a gift, like putting thought into it, wrapping it, that is a ritual. So all of these things, there's really not that much difference between what maybe is sort of either a religious or a secular sort of Christmas holiday.
Yeah.
And all the things you do for Yule.
Exactly.
And I feel like somebody walking into a house, like, I don't know, walking into my house, you really can't tell what I'm celebrating. Exactly. You can tell I'm celebrating something because there's stuff everywhere. But
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so great. How wonderful.
Yes.
This is very exciting.
Yes. So going straight in from this wassailing concept. Yeah. Also back in the day, but I think it's true now. A lot of these festivals involved a lot of heavy drinking.
Oh, yeah.
So
for sure.
I think nowadays, not that we're encouraging heavy drinking, but, like having some imbibing a bit is part of these festivities.
Yes.
So to that end, as part of, a suggestion or a way to celebrate, I have this amazing book that I love, and it's called Moon Magic Mixology. And it's by Julia Helena Hadas. And she's also the author of another book called Witchcraft Cocktails. So, amazing, super fun book.
Yes.
And this particular book focuses on the moon. phases of the moon, seasons, kind of how she explains how alcohol has been used in rituals, specifically relating to the moon and witchcraft. Anyway, it's very well researched. It's very well written. So she has cocktails, again, that go with like, all of the seasons and different kind of occasions. So I just wanted to go over one of these. I will have either the recipe or like a link to it or something in the notes for the show if you want to get more detailed information. Also, we don't have a setup where this is not a cooking show.
No.
So I cannot like demonstrate the actual making of this, but it's super easy to make. And even if you're not, if you've never like homemade a cocktail or homemade eggnog before, it's very, very easy. So also to add before I started on this, if you wanted to just buy eggnog from the store, non-alcoholic, and then you can add the alcohols that are mentioned in here and mix it up, and then you still have your drink. So
Absolutely.
Depending on how ambitious you want to be with it.
Yes.
So
I'm glad you were ambitious, and I'm glad that it was you that made it. Because, yeah.
I do like to be ambitious in the kitchen. I do like to cook. I like to make stuff. So,
Yes.
Yeah.
You do, and we all enjoy that.
Yes. Yeah. She's like, we all.
We all. Yes, I speak for a few people.
So, and this is a controversial recipe because it is an eggnog recipe.
Yeah.
Which I already sort of gave away and mentioned. But
yeah.
I love eggnog.
I love eggnog. I stan eggnog hard.
Same.
Hard.
I look for it every year
Yes.
to come into the store. And I am buying that up.
Yes, and I'm not particularly picky about the eggnog either. Like, I love the Broguier's dairy.
That one is so good.
Of course.
I know.
If you have local dairies, I'm sure you love yours, and they're probably amazing, and we love that. But I will buy the Stater Brothers eggnog.
Same. That's literally what I was going to say. It's
Stater
like,
Brothers.
yes, specifically that store brand is so good.
It is good.
Did you ever get eggnog ice cream?
Yeah, heck yeah. I get eggnog in every iteration that eggnog comes in.
So good.
I would eat an eggnog chapstick if that's all I had.
You would eat the chapstick?
Yeah, if there was no other eggnog and that was the flavored thing of eggnog that I had, a candle, melt that up.
Fine. If you do, you have to share it with me because I want some. I love it. It's so
Obviously. Did we mention we love it?
Did we mention we love it? The thing about us is when we love something, we really love it.
Yeah.
And when we hate something, we really hate it.
Yeah.
So I think eggnog is very divisive. A lot of people do hate it.
Yeah.
And if you don't like it, you can keep that to yourself.
Yeah, we don't need that kind of negativity in this Yuletide season.
Nope.
I will not accept any further comments on this.
That's right.
So,
Same.
yeah, great.
So for all of you eggnog lovers out there, which is every single one of you, I'm
right.
sure. This is a really fun recipe. It's called Cold Moon Eggnog.
So
and the
cute.
reason it's called that is because she kind of suggests it for the January full moon, which is called the cold moon. But I think you can use this at any time during the winter season. It's just like a winter recipe. And you can certainly use it in the January full moon too. But again, very, very simple. The eggnog specifically kind of attaches to the newness of the new year that's impending and sort of the winter season being like a dormant season, where if you think about like an egg, it's closed, but it's full of potential.
Aww.
And so that's kind of the symbolic significance there. But anyway, all this recipe is 2 cups of oat milk. Obviously, the recipe calls for oat milk. You could use any kind of milk that you wanted to. 2 bay leaves, 2 cinnamon sticks, and then nutmeg, clove, and sugar. So you're going to put that all together on the stove, and you're going to warm it gently. While that's happening, you're going to whisk an egg white and 4 egg yolks on the side. So once your liquid has sort of not come to a boil, you don't want to boil milk, but just, warm right before it's going to boil. You want to take it off the heat. You want to pour in the egg mixture, and you want to whisk it together thoroughly. And then you put it back on the heat and just heat it through for like 2 to 3 minutes. And then you pull it off. You're all done with that. Once it's cooled for a few minutes, you will stir in, it asks for vanilla vodka.
Ooh.
You can obviously buy that.
Yes.
You can also make it yourself if you have plain vodka and you have a vanilla bean pod.
Oh, yeah.
And you can just let it sit in there for a couple weeks in a closed container, and then you'll have vanilla vodka that you homemade yourself. You could tell all your friends.
Delicious.
So it's the vanilla vodka, and then it's brandy. And Also, 2/3 a cup of heavy cream. So that's kind of the topper. Stir it all together, pour it into your mugs, and then you can enjoy. So this has since cooled.
Can I enjoy?
I think
Love
so.
to enjoy.
Yeah. Smells amazing.
Oh my God. I want to marry eggnog.
It's really good.
It's delicious. It's perfect.
It's really good.
Uh-huh.
I think you can taste the vanilla,
Totally.
taste the cinnamon,
Yep, all the spices. It's amazing.
and I think it's good, like slightly warm. It'd be good if you like put it in the fridge too.
Yeah.
So this would be a lovely drink on a lovely cold winter
Yes,
evening.
it would. And you're totally right. It could be warm. It could be chilled. I could drink this. I would just drink bats of this. I don't care. It's so good.
Anytime. Well, and obviously you could also not put the alcohol in if you're not a drinker or whatever. You could also just buy eggnog from the store and enjoy it straight out of the carton.
Yeah, just go to Stater Brothers and drink it in the parking lot.
Just drink it in the aisles.
Just walking around in it.
Tell them we sent you. They'll be like,
Amazing.
another one of you. Get out
Oh
of here.
my gosh, I love it. I imagine like one of those hats with the flaps, like someone walking around with those hats with the flaps.
Why would anybody have one of those?
If you're drinking eggnog at a Stater Brothers, like in the aisles, you're wearing a hat with flaps. You are science.
I know. No, you're right. Maybe you have no clothes on also.
Totally.
Like, you're
Yeah,
crazy.
Totally. I love it. I'm so here for it. That's what eggnog does to people.
I know. No,
Yeah.
it's good. It's good stuff. So anyway,
Very good.
that is the recipe for cold moon eggnog.
That's wonderful. What a great way to celebrate. And obviously making those things and putting them together truly is a ritual and truly is magic.
Yes, and that recipe sort of serves like 2 to 4. You could obviously double, triple, whatever if you
Yeah.
had like a party or whatever, and or you could like triple it just for yourself if you wanted to.
I'm down for that too. At this point, yeah, sounds amazing.
Yes. No. Exactly. So.
Thank you for making that.
Yes.
For
Well,
us.
you're quite welcome.
Thank you so much.
I know for sure that you have an amazing idea for a little ritual spell.
You're the best hype person.
I just can't wait to. She told this to me when we were prepping for this, and I was gonna cry. It's so cute. I also wanted to punch her in the face because it was so cute.
Yeah. I was like, you can punch me. It's fine.
She did say that. I was like, I'll wait till we are on the show.
It's about to happen.
Get ready.
Everyone's like, is she gonna do it? She's really gonna.
No, tell me your idea. It's so cute.
Okay, yes, it's a simple, really just kind of fun idea. So, one of the kind of correspondences to Yule, there's like what we call different correspondences. So they're like symbols, ideas, and sometimes actual physical items and objects that sort of go along with the season or with the Sabbat that you're performing or that you're celebrating. And one of the correspondences for Yule is the pine cone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Indeed. We have pine cones on display.
Yes. And so I looked into a little bit more on the pine cone and the pine. I've always really been drawn to them. So it was something that I was already drawn to, but I'm like, okay, let me look a little bit more into this. So pine cones come from conifers. So conifers are plants that
Conifers.
are... Yeah, isn't that a cool
love
word?
that.
I know. I like
you
it
sound
too.
super smart, by the way.
Don't
I mean, you
I?
are smart, but you sound smart when you say
But this is Dumb Witch Club too, so I'm probably going to get some of this wrong.
No, well, so far so good. I don't know.
So far so good, but just wait because we're heading into territory that is not my expertise, but it's okay. I'm,
So
it's going to be good.
You not talk while I'm going to take a sip of this drink so that I don't spit it out when you say something?
I hope you don't. I hope it's not that bad. We'll see. Okay, I'll wait. Okay, there.
Okay, no more drinking. Go.
Obviously had a like, what are they doing? Okay, conifers.
Yes, conifer. I love it.
Cone-bearing seed plants, and they are some of the most ancient plants on the planet.
Yes.
Like 300 million years old ancient. Like some of the first ever like plants and things that would have been on this earth.
That is amazing.
I know. I think it's amazing too. I don't even understand what 300 million years. Like that is math that's like beyond my comprehension.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I know it's really
a
old.
long ass time.
It's a long ass time.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it is. And the pine cone, which I didn't actually really know. It's like a very important symbol overall. Aztec, Hindu, Egyptian, and even Celtic deities are like pictured and represented holding pine cones. And pine cones are like part of like the religious iconography. I know, it's really interesting. And then the other interesting thing, and this is where it's not my expertise, but the way that the cone is set up and the way that the scales fan out are in the Fibonacci sequence, or they respond to Fibonacci numbers.
No.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So
I
it's
love shit like that.
Isn't that cool? So it like forms like it goes with the golden ratio and it forms a golden spiral. Oh. So if you were to actually like look at it this way or look at it this way and you counted it, you would see that it follows the Fibonacci sequence.
That's amazing. So this pine cone is like a little mathematical marvel.
Yes, it's
and
magical. A miracle all in itself, which so much in nature is. I mean, we're aware of that, but I just think that's just incredible. And it really all is. Like, it's not just mathematical like that and perfect like that just to be that way. It has to do with the way that the light filters down through the tree and filters to the other cones and make sure that like photosynthesis happens. Yeah, I'm
amazed.
It's called a phylotactic spiral.
Oh my god.
I know.
That's
it's amazing.
Yes.
I know. It was so cool. I was like just looking up all this stuff and I was like amazed at this like little pine cone. And I was just drawn to it. And one of the pine cones we had in our setup the other day was one I picked up on the way out from work.
These pine cones that are here that are mine also are found. Like they're just found walking around the neighborhood or like through the park or whatever. Like they're just laying around all over the place.
Exactly. Which is
and they're little magical miracles.
Isn't that crazy?
That's really cool.
And no wonder we're drawn to them because, I mean, they're laying around all over the place, but no wonder we're actually drawn to them because of that.
Yes.
And that's part of why I really liked them too, and for Yule, because it's something free.
Totally.
It's so easy and free, assuming you live in places with conifers, but, you know, we have them in Southern California. So.
Yeah, I mean, I think they must grow a lot of places.
I'm pretty sure they do.
Because they're that old.
Exactly.
I mean, obviously there's a ton of them, like, up the coast of California and, like, up there. And, I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so one of the things that I thought of that you could do with a pine cone for a simple Yule ritual is you could have it just, like, on your altar. If you want, you could just have it as part of your decor. If you want,
just incorporating it into the decor.
Just like we've done is perfect enough. But if you really wanted to do something intentional, like if you wanted to set intentions for the new season, because that's what Yule's all about too, right? Is like the rebirth and the new season. Mm-hmm. Or if you wanted to release, because it's about that too.
Yep.
There are things you wanted to release and get rid of. Or the other one I thought of is because we were talking about like the spirit guides and sort of the veil being thin, if there are spirit guides that you want to invite sort of into your space.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes.
During this time.
Yes.
You could do that. You could write, their names down, or you could write those other intentions down. And then what you could do is just fold up the little strips of paper and just tuck them into the scales.
Oh, it's so cute.
Right? And it holds it for you.
I love it. I don't know why it's so, like, sweet and touching to me, this idea. I like that it's holding it for you. Mm-hmm. I like that you're tucking it. I don't know. It's just so cute.
It's really cute. And
it's sweet, but it's also like, it's very serious.
It is.
It's not like frivolous.
No, not at all. No, you can definitely put a lot of thought and intention into that. And I think just the magic of the item and the season and all of that coming together, I think is just such an amazing spell that you could do. You could even, it just occurred to me, but you could even do it for someone else. If there were things that you kind of wanted to like wish for them or that you knew that they were sort of wanting to draw in or whatever, you could do the spell for them, or you could do that and put it together and you could give it to them.
Oh, that's very nice. Like, that's a very sweet gift.
Yes, and then you can just kind of have it on your altar and like as a reminder. But the other option, and this is one I know you like to do a lot, you could burn it.
Yes, especially if you have the, sort of
like the bonfire?
Yes, you could put it in your bonfire or your fireplace.
Yes.
And whether it's the intentions that you want to bring to yourself, or if it's sort of the cleansing, I think it works either way.
So do I.
You know, because fire is renewing. It's also, it gets rid of stuff.
Totally. And I think it sort of puts things out into the atmosphere too, like with the smoke, and it sort of sends it. Like I like to think of it like sending it on the wind to like whoever needs, like especially with like the spirit guides one. I feel like that's really nice because it's like sending it out.
And then
the ether.
Exactly, and then the guides can carry it out to wherever or pick it up, and all of that. I love that.
I know, me too. So
I love it. I think it's simple, and it's not like super crafty, but it's a little bit crafty.
It's a little bit crafty. It's about as crafty as I tend to get.
Yeah, it's very cute. I know. I'm thinking like you could use colored papers.
Yeah.
You could,
Totally.
I know. I love this. It's very simple. It's very sweet. I really like it a lot.
Same.
Yeah. So now I'm gonna punch you. No.
They're like, yes, it's coming.
Anyways, just kidding. Non-violence only. But like when something's really sweet and really cute and it's like really emotional, like you want to like just
cute
like,
aggression.
rip it apart. Yeah,
it's a thing.
Exactly.
People think I'm crazy with stuff like
No,
they do
that's
not
real.
understand it. I'm like, oh, it's so cute, and they're like, why are you violent?
That's why people pinch a baby's cheeks. That is not new. I mean,
no.
Yeah.
It's not new.
Actually going to hurt anything.
No, you're not trying. No, it's just there's a scientific whole thing about it. I don't know it, but there is.
No, I know, and it's psychological too. You know?
Yeah.
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 So cute. Anyways, I love it. I love this idea. I really do. So
Perfect.
all right. Well, I think those are a couple of really good ideas. I mean,
I agree.
obviously there's a million ideas, and you can have them, and you can bring your intentions to whatever things you normally do in your traditions with your family or anything like that too. Definitely. So I think the important thing is, as with any season or any time of year, that you really try to find ways to embrace the energy and embrace the intention of what is happening. I think especially with winter, and maybe with this time of year can be really difficult for people because of, family or not having family or being with their families and things like that. So just trying to embrace the beauty that there is.
Yeah.
And knowing that you, as we've talked about before, you have the magic in you to try to bring whatever it is that you need to all the moments that you're in.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yes.
What a lovely Yuletide message for our watchers and listeners and club members.
Yes, exactly.
Beautiful.
And I think that was our intention with this episode, which is coming out, right in the midst of the beginning of the Yuletide season. So we really want to wish all of you happy Yuletide wishes.
Yes. Happy Yule, everyone.
Yes.
And as always, stay witchy, friends.
And stay down.
Dumb Witch Club is written and produced by us, Ashley Sidner,
and Jackie Gerard at the Dumb Witch Clubhouse in Orange County, California.
Produced and edited by Matt Heinemeyer, creative director and culture consultant Violet Turner.
Original music by Ashley Sidner. And look us up on all your favorite social media platforms, including Patreon.
Until next time, stay witchy, friends.
And stay dumb.